Yo, what's up? This your boy Monty G from the Fammission Podcast, and today we got a special guest, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring him to the party, man, and y'all show him some love. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Let me bring him up in the party.
What's up,
Yes,
Monty? Yeah,
man. What's
that's your
going
boy.
on?
And nothing much, man. Nothing much. Just living life.
All right, man. Go ahead and tell the people your name, where you from, and what you do.
Well, I go by Kutty Cash on the track. I reside in Alton, but I'm from Peoria, Illinois, and I'm a producer, music producer, beat maker. I make beats, instrumentals, all that.
Okay, okay. So how long you been doing beats?
Um, I've been making beats for about 7 years.
Okay.
Yep.
So who inspired you to make beats and make music?
Well, music, man. I was actually started making music longer than 7 years ago, and the person that inspired me to get into music was my grandfather.
Mm,
Yep, he was a musician. He played mainly the guitar in the banjo, and I went to live with him when I was a little younger, around 10 years old, and he was always making music and always doing musical stuff. So that's what got me into the whole making music. He taught me how to play the guitar a little bit, and yeah, and so yeah, that was roughly, I was about 10 years old when I started making music. And then I really didn't get into, when I got into the beat making, it was my cousin Mont that actually got me into making beats.
okay, okay.
Yeah, making beats was never it wasn't my thing that I planned on doing. I wanted to rap, and make music and stuff. And I just, I heard him making a beat one day on Fruity Loops, and I'm like, man, what program is that? He told me, and he taught me how to use it, and from there, I just stuck with that.
Okay, yeah, that's what's up. In your journey, that's how it is. You always, you always figure out, I want to do this, but you'll end up doing something else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Tell me how your life was growing up.
Yeah. uh, Man, it was rough. It was rough. Now, I was born in Alton, man, to a single mom that was in and out of relationships, and, she was addicted to drugs and alcohol. And it was a struggle, man. Uh, there was nights, she wasn't there, nights that we had to fend for ourselves, cook for ourselves. Most of the time wasn't food in the house,
Mm,
but we had, aunties and uncles. I had aunties and uncles that, pretty much took us under their wing when they could and made sure we was straight. Um, and it was pretty rough until I turned about 9, and I met my sister's grandparents, and they took us out of the situation that we was in, and moved us up to Springfield, Illinois. And I stayed up there for a while, close to a year and a half. And then I was just a young kid in revolt, trying to learn something new, different ways. And it just wasn't I wasn't trying to, and I acted out. And I eventually ended up getting sent to group homes and spent the next 9 years in and out of group homes all over the state of Illinois.
mm, damn. All right. So I know you say you be making beats and instrumentals for people, and once you go ahead and tell the people, the listeners and the watchers, where they can find your music at, or where they can find some
Okay, so
instrumentals.
you can find me on Instagram at Kutty Cash on the track, YouTube at Kutty Cash, TikTok at Kutty Cash on the track, Facebook at Kutty Cash, and SoundCloud at Kutty Cash on the track.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah. So if y'all don't know, man, the intro came in, it was a little bit different, man. You know what I'm saying? He came up and he made that beat for me, and I was like, oh, okay, okay, I'll put
Now,
something together.
hey, that was dope when it first came on. I was like, oh man, he used it. That's what's up. I appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I gotta show some love,
And that was
man.
the first time I've ever made an intro for a podcast. Yep. So that was
Yeah,
kind of new and exciting to do.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
And then when I first sent it to you, your reaction, man. I was like, oh, okay, that's what. Hell yeah, man.
Yes, indeed. So, yeah, you say your boy, what's his name?
Mont,
Mont.
Mont, yeah.
Oh, okay. So you say he helped you make beats and he showed you how to make
Yep.
beats. Okay, that's what's up.
We
Okay.
actually, man, we used to make the beats together all the time, and we we had a catalog of over 200 beats that we produced together.
Mm,
But I lost them. My computer crashed on me, man, and I didn't have a backup at the time, and lost. But this happened twice to us. So then when we both moved to Florida, when we got down there, we started all over again. And then
mm.
the same thing happened, man. It was a situation. My computer crashed, and yeah, lost all my catalog.
Mm. Yeah, I know, man. I had a couple. I know how to feel. I had a couple computers and, you know what I'm saying, the external drives crash on me.
Yep.
So, if you can collaborate with any producer, who would you want to collab with?
Oh man, there's a gang of them, man. I love Zaytoven. I definitely got to do something with Zaytoven. I love Mike Will Made It. Metro Boomin, he's big. I love Metro Boomin. And there's a producer. I'm not sure where he's from. I haven't even done really much research on him, but I love it. He makes basically he does a lot of beats for King Von and Lil Durk.
Mm.
And his name's DJ on the Beat.
DJ
And
on the beat.
yeah, and he raw. He raw. I definitely want to work with him because man, I'm a big King Von fan, and I want to collab on some, one day. Hopefully, maybe not, maybe so, but it'd be awesome for
Mhm.
sure.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So I got my son. He rap.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I'm digging them.
yeah, man, and he's starting to try to make beats now because he used to want to be a rapper, but
Right.
now he want to make beats. So, what kind of advice would you give to a person that's starting off?
Do as much research as you can, homework on whatever program you're using. Um, and also go in it with an open mind because I know a lot of producers stick to a certain genre.
Mhm.
Expand your mind to because there's no limit to it. There's no limit. And even if you're known as a that's like Metro Boomin. I'm going to bring him back up. Now he's not, people know him for doing trap beats and stuff like that. But he also does scores for movies and things like that out of the realm of trap, music. And if you really love music, there's, like I said, there's no limit to it. There's no
Mhm.
limit to genre, sound, nothing. And, just, man, go
Yeah.
with what your gut tells you. Cause I was always, I mainly was doing trap beats, and I wanted to get into other stuff because I'm just that musical, to where I don't want to be stuck on one, when there's just a whole world out there.
Yeah. So, how would you describe your beats, your music?
Um, Diverse, man. Like I was saying, I can make a drill beat 1 minute, and the next I'm making like a soft rock mixed with hip hop type sound. I don't, but most of my beats, I try to categorize in my own thing. And, I told my buddy this, one of my good friends, I call it junkyard trap.
Mm.
It sound, a lot of my beats sounds like, just some shit you get your ass beat to, like
Nah.
3 6 Mafia, type sounding, but I wouldn't really say that I got one style because I'm just diverse and I just like so many different genres, and I try to mix it all into one.
Okay, that's what's up. Oh, hold on. Give me a second. You said, oh, okay. Hold on, man. Let me I gotta. Huh? Yeah. Hold on. It's about that time. Hold on.
All right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey man, tell me about that picture right here.
Oh, them are my babies, man. Them are my three chillins, man. Love them to death.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. You you know, I talk about, man, how kids change people's lives, man. You know what I'm saying? So tell me how your kids change your life.
Well, man, I didn't plan on having kids. Let's start from there, man. It was just something that me and a good friend of mine, a girl from Peoria, I was good friends with, decided we don't want to be friends no more, and woo up the bam, and then she's pregnant, and yeah. So, but man, before I had my kids, I really didn't think rationally. Really, I didn't think about the negative consequences of things or my
Okay.
actions or stuff that I did. And even when my kids, were still fresh, because I'm still learning this daddy stuff and what it takes to, to be a role model for your kids and stuff like that. I was still kind of on the edge of things. I was still trying, dad still dangling my feet in the trouble, but not like I once was. But once my kids got older and to the point to where I know that now they're paying attention to what I do, I changed a lot of things about me. Now, don't get me wrong, I still, messed up and slipped up, but I was no longer, like into the gang banging. I wasn't trying to hang out and be out in the streets no more. I was trying to be a stay at home dad and set an example and show my kids that this is what a father is, a provider, so a protector,
Hmm.
things like that. And I've actually, man, I'd say if it wasn't for my kids, I'd probably be dead or in jail.
Yeah, that's what I say, man. They say God, like you said, it wasn't in your plan, but sometimes God will derail your plans so your plans won't destroy you.
Yeah, that's facts.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So, and like, this is a family on a mission. That's why I popped the kids up. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
Man,
we are, yeah, we are family people, man. It's a family
yeah.
podcast. So, oh yeah. So, did you grow up with your father?
No, I actually didn't. Not my biological father. I didn't meet this clown till I was like 28 years old, and by the time I met him, and I just yeah, I didn't need. I felt that I didn't need that because I was like, I've done taught myself and the world done taught me how it is to be a man. You missed out on that opportunity, so I really don't need you. And he had a whole little other family of his own, so I wasn't trying to even intrude on that. So I just kind of stepped back away from him and went my other way. But I did have a stepfather, um, and he was a great guy. Rest in peace. He passed about 5, 6 years ago, and he
Mm.
was a great dude. And he did his best. He did what he could. And he did things that the father should do. Like teaching me things, teaching me how to build things, teaching me how to fight. He was a good guy.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Because I heard you talking about, you got to be a protector, a provider, and I'm like, how did you know that? How do we know that if we never had that?
I felt it in myself. Like man, it's like this is my kids were an extension of me, and I didn't want them having to go through what I went through or seeing what I seen. You know, I didn't want them because I felt I was scared. It was more of a scared thing. Like I was like, I got to teach them right. I got to, because if I don't, they gonna go in the system just like I did and end up in the same predicament. I don't need that weighing on my conscience, and I just think that they got potential to grow up and be great people.
Hmm. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, I was a stay at home dad. I had raised my kids you know, um, till they graduated.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just starting to get out and move around, like, what I'm saying, like I thought I was supposed to, but that's what happened. I was in the streets. I was doing the same thing, and my kids came in my life, and like I said, they changed my life. They saved my life. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, What kind of advice would you give to a young kid that's a young parent, or I'll say,
A young parent,
yeah.
be patient.
Mm,
Because my thing, man, I had a hard time struggling with is I was ready for my kids to be grown.
mm,
I really it's because it's hard, and some people think that it's a walk in the park, but it's more than just paying bills and you know making sure your kids at school on time. It's deeper than that. You got a little person that's looking up to you.
mm.
And any wrong mistake that you make, they know, they see this, and their
Yeah,
brains are like sponges, and that can weigh on your mind.
yeah.
It really can, and then you start to feel, am I doing good or am I failing? And just be patient and just trust the process,
Mm,
and you know be open minded too with your children, because a lot of people, I had this bad too, where I would expect them to do something because as growing up, I was expected to do that. You know,
right.
not thinking that you're not knowing that they have their own individual personalities and who they are, and support them too, man. Support anything that they want to do or are interested in, even if it's not interesting to you.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah, man, they little people, man, and it's crazy. Like we can tell the kids what to do and what you know what I'm saying, but they don't listen to what you say.
Right.
They understand by your actions.
Yep.
When I sit at the table and I eat dinner with my family, I've been doing it for damn near 15 years. You know what I'm saying? Like sitting at the table talking and asking what they learn, and you
Right.
know, my son was like, man, when I get a wife, and I'm like, a wife, and I'm still hood, so I'm like, man,
Right.
you got some girlfriends, you know what I'm saying, and whoa, whoa, but at the same time, but that's how we was taught, when we was
Right.
growing up, people was telling us, man, how many girlfriends you got? And then we grew up, we got several baby mamas, and we like, man, because we didn't know the value of ourselves. Didn't nobody teach us that. Didn't nobody teach us that you're supposed to have a wife, you're supposed to have a family. So my kids, they see that, and that's what they want. And I'm looking like, what y'all talking about? Y'all want a wife? But that's all they see.
Right.
So I'm like, man, you know what? That's what's up. And another thing you said, you know, man, let them follow their dreams. You know what I'm saying? We be like, I want you to go to college, and I want you to. Maybe they don't want to
College
do
ain't
that.
for everybody,
It
man.
ain't. It ain't right. It ain't for everybody. So they got their own dreams. You got to support them for whatever they want to do. You know what I'm saying? So I had to learn that too. Like I had to understand. Like I ain't never been a father. You know what I'm saying? Say act like a father. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like I ain't never. I
Yeah,
don't
there
know.
are books you can read to really, grasp the concept. It's just something that you learn, day by day.
Yeah,
And that's how it's been for thousands of years. This wasn't written down. There wasn't.
right. Me and my wife were just talking about it. Like man, uh, I asked her. I said, have you ever had a time in your life when you had the baby and you just felt like, man, I can't do this no more. And she like, yeah, she like, cause when I come home from the hospital, they didn't give me no pamphlet saying this how you take care of the baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So we had to learn. We had to learn as we grow. So, what is something that you have to that you right now that you have to unlearn doing like at the age you're at right now? Something you have to unlearn.
I don't know how to put it, but man, I'm the type of person, I just, it's just my personality. I have zero tolerance for bullshit, and I need to stop thinking and process things before I speak or act on it, because I'm a 0 to 60 type of guy. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not a violent person, but I am very upfront and blunt, and I'm stern with what I say, and that's just part of my personality. And it's not me trying to be mean or act like a dictator or anything like that. It's just I don't know. It's just that's who I am.
Mm. I am whatever I say I am. That's right. Hey, so If you can talk to your 16-year-old self at the age you're at right now, what would you tell him?
Man, I've always thought about this, and the street. I would have told him, man, the streets ain't for you. As cool as it seems, and as great as it may appear to be, it's the grass ain't greener on the other side. You know, if I would have stayed focused and was more focused on what this group home that I was in at that time was offering me, and the chances and the opportunities I could have had, instead of wanting to go, ruin my life, not knowing it. Um, I would just, man, that's the best thing that I could tell my younger self, because I feel like if I would have stayed focused on what I had going for me, you know, I'd probably be a little better off now. I'm not doing bad, and I would have avoided a lot of situations that came along when I did become an adult,
Mhm.
and a lot of them situations, really take, they put blockades in your life,
Mhm.
and no matter how older you get, you can now no longer accomplish certain things or have certain things, or, you know, basically your rights, some of your rights as a human, as an American, are stripped away because of your actions, man. And if I would have just stayed focused on what I needed to do to get up out of there, instead of busy running the streets, I'd be in a better spot.
Yeah, I mean, but it's when I hear the word focus, no one really taught us how to be focused.
That's
And,
true.
and I talked to my daughter, and she was like, when they were telling us in school, like they teaching us patience, but that's the same thing as being focused. But I'm like, no, but we can't be focused on one task. Like right now, people be all around. They be like, man, I gotta go do this. They phone go off, and then they on their phone. Then they get alert on their Facebook. Now they on Facebook, on TikTok. Because I know I do it and be on
Yep.
there for like 20 minutes, and I'll be like, oh, hold on, I gotta be doing this. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So,
Yep.
what was going through your mind around this time?
Oh man, I was young. I was in the children's home in Peoria when I took that picture.
Mm,
Yeah, and that's just, man, I was I want to say like 17 in that picture.
mm.
Yeah. So at this point in my life, I had already, I was already, out there, my mind was, focused on the wrong shit. Um, that I just, man, that's when MySpace was popping off. MySpace
Mm.
was a thing, and I'm like, man, and we didn't, I didn't have you had to upload stuff on computers at this time, and I just had a motherfucker take a couple pictures of me while, and posted it on MySpace.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, what I'm gonna ask you, man, about the music, actually about the producers. It Hey, how long do it take for you to make a beat?
Um, it just depends on how much time I'm invested into that one specific beat. Now I could finish a beat in uh, 4 hours, and these are 3 minute beats, and they're not just continuous loops of nothing. I actually play the piano. Every instrument I use, I actually use my thumbs to play it, so it takes a while. So with every note, I gotta use my thumbs, because I make my beats on Fruity Loops Mobile, and
No.
so every beat, and then just how much is in that, because I can make a simple beat with 3 instruments, percussions and all that, add my tag, and do a little mixing, and boom, it take me 20 minutes. But then some of them, man, I'm still working on a beat that I started a week ago, just because I ain't happy with the sound of it, and I'm not ready to, I still feel it needs more.
You said Fruity Loop Mobile? What's
Yeah,
that?
that's L Studio Mobile.
What's that? What's that? I ain't never heard of that.
It's from Image Line. It's a production, music production program from Image Line.
So you
And
can you can download it on your phone?
Yeah, you can download it on your phone. I actually own the signature version, which cost me $1,000. So anytime whenever I decide to go get me a new computer, I can just upload it and then put in my password and all that, and I got the whole $1,000 musical program. I just I when I got back into wanting to make beats again, which was literally only like 6 months ago. I just downloaded Fruity Loops Mobile because it was a cheaper option for me, and I was familiar with the program, and I knew that even though it was on my phone, I could kill it.
Okay. I see what you got going on. Let me see, man. Let me see. Let me go to my random questions in a minute. But tell me about this picture, yo.
I was in a group home there. That was the first group home I ever been in, man. That's when I was like 11 years old, 10, 11 years old. Yeah.
You was in a group home?
Yeah, that's what that collared shirt, that was their little uniform shirt. Yeah. It was called Kimmer Village. It's out in Assumption, Illinois, close by Springfield, Illinois. It's
Oh,
like
okay.
out in the middle of nowhere, bro. It's like out in the boonies with the Goonies. Like it's out there.
Man, okay.
And it's literally like a little mini. The best way I could describe it is a mini prison for kids.
Mm,
Like you got to go to bed when they tell you to. You eat when they tell you to. You barely get to really go out. Well, this is when I was there, and you got to think this was back in 2002, something like that. 2001, 2002, 2003. I left in like 2003. I was there for 3 years.
mm.
Yeah. So yeah, that was just a little they made us take pictures just like schools do, That was my school picture, so we could send our families or whatnot. I actually got that copy from my grandma. I hadn't seen that copy in a long time till she sent it to me, and then I posted it on Facebook.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Uh tell me a little bit about this one, yo.
That I was in I was in another group home. Now in this one I was in I don't remember, it was called Southern 30 in Mount Vernon, Illinois, and my family had came down to visit me. And my grandma took us out, She bought me some forces. You can't see them, but I love them.
I see him right there at the bottom. I see the tongue,
Yeah.
the white and black ones. Yeah.
And and that's my little brother right there. He ain't so little no more. He a big dude. And then my little sister. Yeah, they came down to visit me, and my grandma took that picture of us.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, man, it's almost about that time. Yeah, we getting close to that time, man. We gonna hold on, give me a couple seconds. We're gonna do something. Let me see. Hey, if you can change one thing about the world, what would you change?
Man, equality, but real equality, not the imagined mirage equality that they tell us that we're all equal, but the real equality. So
Mm,
where people that go and people that go and bust their ass every day is making the same wage as the person sitting at a desk in an office in some building in New York, Um, and the equality of people is just natural human rights,
mm,
regardless of their color, regardless of their religion, regardless of their creed, regardless of their sexuality.
mm.
If I
Okay.
could change anything, that's what it'd be, because I feel like there'd be less hate in the world, because it'd be less reasons to hate the next
Mm,
person, because you're equal to them. There's no reason to hate them. There's no reason to feel that way.
mm,
If I had that power, I'd do it right now.
mm. Right now. Yeah, well, we already halfway through the podcast, man. We at the 30-minute mark, so give me 1 second.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. I'm right back with you, man. So the first question is, what's the first thing you do or think about when you wake up in the morning?
Getting myself ready, and I'm first thing, man, is oh man, I gotta go back in this goddamn place, man. 4:30 in the morning. Only if I could sleep for another hour. I go in the bathroom, I get myself together, and really just, man, my first hour is just trying to wake up and focus on what I got to do for the day and the tasks I got to complete, to try to get the day go by as smooth as possible.
Okay. Okay. Next question, man. When the last time you asked somebody, you asked for some help with something you were struggling with?
And I ask for help every day.
No, I'm talking about like a personal help, like you
Like personal
struggling with.
struggle, uh, that I felt like something was really taking, man, about, I don't know, I'd say about 8 months ago. Like on some real personal stuff was about 8 months ago.
Okay. So, what is that one thing in your life that you had just had to accept?
That man, a lot of things are just out of my control, and as much as I want things to go a different route than what they might, that's just the natural, it's just nature's law, man. So that's a big problem for me, man. Trying to change the things that I can't control.
Mm, yeah. Hey, what do you weather-wise like? You know what I'm saying? Which one would you rather have, hot or cold weather?
I'd rather have cold weather, man. I love this question because, man, I feel like when you're cold, you can always put stuff on to warm up. But when you hot, bro, when you down to your birthday suit, bro, and you still hot, you're just fucked.
Mm.
So, I don't know if we can cuss on here, but
Oh yeah, you good? You
okay,
good, man?
yeah, but yeah, man,
You just keep it to a minimum. That's all.
I got you,
Hey,
I got you.
so in your journey in life, man, who you think you learned the most from, men or women?
Women,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Hey, how did you meet friends after high school?
Um, I don't know, man. It's kind of weird. Like, so after high school, I was staying in the south side of Peoria, and I was man, one of probably the two handfuls of white kids, in my little area.
Hmm.
So I was just, out all day, but people were sort of kind of just attracted to me, just drawn in by, well, first of all, I was just a cool white kid, and, everybody was just intrigued by it. And, I made a lot of interesting people and good people too, and, my personality, bro, is just, I don't know, just, I don't know. It's weird, bro. People was just sort of, I was like a mascot or something. It was just crazy.
Oh man.
I felt like yeah, but see, because social media wasn't really as big as it is now, back then. It was just really popping off. I think Facebook just started, if it had even started yet.
Mhm.
I think MySpace was the big thing still back then, but I wasn't on MySpace to make friends. I was on there for
They
other
had,
reasons.
yeah, yeah, they had the little music, the little playlist, and you know what I'm saying. We trying to get down with. Well, all right. So, hey, How old was you when you found out your mom' real name?
I was young. Yeah, I knew my mom's real name at a really young age because when she, I was upset with her, I'd call her by her real name.
No, snap.
Yeah, she ain't like that much, man. But yeah,
Hey, let me see. Let me get a good one for you, man. What do your hometown mean to you?
nothing.
Ah,
Nah, man. Well, if we talking about where my heart is or where I was born, well, where my heart is Peoria because that's where I set my foundation as a person. That's where I planted my roots at. My kids were born there. My closest friends are from Peoria. Like I said, I left here in Alton at a young age, and I went, through just a long stretch of not even being down here and really not barely associating or in contact with any family or friends. So I could, by the time I got grown, like, yeah.
Mm.
Well, I love Peoria, man. Like I said, that's where I planted my roots, and I met a lot of good people, and it taught me what life's, life, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. I feel the same way. I'm from Chicago, but I moved down to Peoria when I was like about 18. And you know, it taught me a lot. I was really on my own. I didn't come down there with no family. I was down there by myself. And I wrote a book. You know what I'm saying? When we was down for that whole COVID lockdown and stuff.
Yeah,
I
remember
got a, I got a, I got a book. I wrote a book. You know what I'm saying about it. So
yeah,
yeah,
I
man.
got that book from you.
Yeah, man. It's on Amazon. It's on Amazon. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Hey, so I got a good question for you, man. Have you? What's You ever worked? You ever worked at a job for one day and quit?
No, I ain't never did that. But my shortest time was a week.
A week?
Yeah, I ain't never quit on the first day, man. I felt like I wasted. If I quit on the first day, I felt like I wasted my time and their time, you
Okay.
know. And I just, I got to at least make something too. I come in here, I got to, even if it's a $50 check for the day, I ain't,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
I've never seen myself not quitting no job on the first day. Never have. But a week,
Okay.
I've lasted a week.
All right. So, what's the worst job you ever had?
Oh shit. I'm gonna get sued for this one. Nah, no lie, no stunting, man. I've had a lot of jobs, man. I would say Jack in the Box.
Jack in the box?
Jack in the Box was the worst job I ever had, and it's not because of the company. It's because who was running the company.
No, not crack in a box.
Yeah, bro, that shit was, man. Yeah, I ain't trying to go in too deep in it, but man, it was a wild ride. It was not fun.
Hey, have you ever had an Obama phone?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, man, when I stayed on the south end, right there on Western, where ShopRite is, bro, they used to post up with their little stands, bro. Yeah, I got me a couple of them mugs. Well,
I thought you was gonna say. Actually, I'm on one right now.
no, bro, no, no. I got a nice phone, a very expensive phone. It ain't no iPhone, but it's an expensive Android.
No, not that. Yeah. All right. Let me see. Hey, what do you think? What's your biggest mistake?
Uh, and that's a hard one and a deep one right there, man. Now don't get me wrong, man. This has nothing to do with my children,
Hmm.
but man, and it's not even just the children. It's just the person I had kids with. I should have took more time and invested more time into actually getting to know her better than I thought I did, which
Hmm.
is crazy, bro, because I knew her for a year and a half before we even started dating. But people, man,
Yeah.
they wear masks, bro.
Yeah. You gotta know people when they got money, when they rich, when they lose someone. You gotta know them all the way around the board because you don't know how they're gonna react later on down in life. You know. So yeah, I mean, I feel you on that one. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Let me see. If you can unlock your potential and amazing skills, what would it be?
And do what now?
Like if you can unlock your skills, if you can unlock your skills, like one of your amazing skills, your subconscious that you don't even know about, amazing skills, what would it be?
How about you give me an example? Because I'm like, man, I don't know. There's a bunch of different. We talking about like, oh, if I had a superpower, what would that be?
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? Like you know how to sing?
No, I used to sing back in the day a little bit, but man, I had a bad incident with my throat, and it ain't there.
Yeah. So it's like, man, if you could, okay, I'm gonna something like this.
Writing, we talked about this off the podcast, and I was like, man, I'd like to write a book.
Write a book.
Yeah, I'd like to open up that because, like, I remember I was telling you, the punctuations and all that, I ain't perfect with that, but I got stories, that I could, because that's how my mind works. It just constantly working,
Yeah.
So if I could, man, I'd love to write books and write scripts for movies.
You ever sing Limitless? Limitless?
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
need one of
like
them pills, bro.
yeah, like that. That's how he unlocked his potential. He like,
Right,
oh,
okay, yeah,
but he a writer. So when he just start going in,
yeah,
yeah, like that.
yeah. That was a good movie. They actually got a TV show.
hmm Yeah. Hey, what traumatized you as a kid? Well, I'm actually no, now. What traumatized you? What meal traumatized you as a kid?
What meal traumatized me? Sauerkraut, bro. So my family's German, bro, and they eat a lot of sauerkraut.
Mm.
My grandma, she made it all the time. Sauerkraut and smoked sausage, bro. I just wasn't feeling Polish sometimes, but yeah, I wasn't. Nah, I still to this day can't stomach that.
Mm.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Mm.
Cabbage soaked in vinegar, bro. Nah, that's not what's up.
All right, so man, what's your favorite meal to cook?
Oh man, I got.
Yeah, yeah, let's get to it.
All right, so okay, my favorite one, which I actually, my family that I have now, they're they're picky on what they eat. They like certain things, but man, I got this dish called chili casserole. My baby mama actually taught me how to make it, and man, it's fire, and it's one of my favorites.
Chili cornbread casserole.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So it's like, man, you whip your chili up, and in a pan you put your layer of cornbread, let it cook. Then you top it with the chili and then shredded cheese. And then you whip up like another 2 boxes of cornbread, put that on the top, let that cook and repeat the process, bro. It's fire.
Mm. Okay, okay, okay. I don't think I had it like that. We had it like upside down, I think, or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's fire, bro.
Hey, what calms you down whenever you get angry?
My music. So
Mm.
when I get mad, man, I'll skirt off to another room, bro, and I'll throw on my Fruity Loops and, just start messing around. And then, about 30 minutes, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
And it depends on the situation too, how heated it is, how mad, you know, how I'm feeling. Because if I'm at work and I can't just go outside and just start making beats for 30 minutes when I get pissed off, but I can go
Right.
outside and take a 5 minute and smoke a cigarette, and that kind of calms me.
Okay, okay, that's what's up. Hey, man, have you ever seen a Chinese person pumping gas?
Hell no, but hey, I've met some Chinese people on a personal level, but I've never, what the, I've never, no, I've never say. Actually, I've never even seen a Chinese person at any gas station I go to. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie.
That's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah, that is crazy.
Oh man.
Yeah, so hell no, bro. I don't even know where they live for real. I always wonder, I'm like, man, where they live at? I don't see them in town. I don't see them at the local Walmart. None of that.
Mm. Yeah. I think they got a little Chinatown, right?
I always thought that about Peoria. Like it's got to be like up there off Knoxville, way up there on Knoxville or something.
Mm. Yeah. Hey, I want you to finish this. Finish this sentence. I hate when people blank. I hate when people.
I'm lost, bro. Hold on, give me a second. I'm a little I had smoked a little bit before we started this podcast.
I know it's all good. What you hate when people do?
talk about shit that they know nothing about and act like they just the Einstein of the subject.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen your neighbors bringing groceries?
Oh
Uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, have you ever seen your neighbors bringing in groceries? John DeLay, what up?
no, not lately, not lately, no. Where my house is, I'm sort of ducked off from everybody, so I literally got to go to the front of my house and to peek around, and then by that time I'd feel like a peeping tom, and I ain't never seen them put in groceries.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Let me see, man, because you like to do music, right?
Yes, sir.
Uh, let me see. Let me see. Let me get a music one for you. Let me see. Uh, if you can rap with anybody, who would you want to rap with? Dead or alive?
Dead or alive? Um, man, that's 3-6 Mafia, man. I'd love to bring them back and do a song with them. There's only a few of them left, but I'd definitely be 3-6 Mafia.
Hmm.
And well, man, can I get two of them?
Yeah.
Because
Who else?
I'd really love to make a song with King Von too, bro.
King Von.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I
We have a question.
Oh, you got a question? Who got a question?
They said, how about the ninja beans?
The ninja beans?
That's funny.
Ah,
Why can't I see that? Okay.
what's the ninja beans?
So, man, it was some beans that when I got into my baby mama's family, when they were having their get-togethers, my first barbecue I had with them, man, they,
Grab my
I
glasses.
like the way that he, used ninja though, but yeah, they, I was like, man,
Oh, he talking about the Negro beans, the black beans.
whoever that was just didn't want to say that, which I
Oh
understand.
man, yeah,
And
that
I'm making
joint's fire, bro. You don't
every
like
time I
Negro
walk
beans?
now, bro, that's what I make, bro, and everybody loves it. Like all the white people I introduced it to, bro, they be like, man, this shit fire, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Man, I need to see who that was. That's funny. Yeah, bro, it's a hit.
yeah, when I
That was his sister that said that.
huh?
That was his sister that said that.
Oh, that was your sister that said that.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah. So sometimes I have no meat Mondays, so I make some tacos and I take the black beans and I season it with taco mix. You know what I'm saying?
Replace
And
it.
then yeah, instead of using meat, I just use the beans and then I hook it up with I just dress it up like a taco. You know what I'm saying? However you want your taco. But the crazy part is um if you don't season your meat, you wouldn't eat that shit anyway.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
So
Yeah.
really, we just eat for the seasoning.
Well, that's crazy. Yeah. I
Yeah,
never looked at it like that, man.
yeah,
Right. Yeah,
yeah.
because I ain't eating no plain Jane under seasoned meat.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you just cook the meat as it is, no, ain't nothing.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing. Ain't nothing. Only thing that don't need to be seasoning is fruit.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Unless
it's got natural seasoning, well, that's what I call it, the sweetness of it, the sourness, stuff like that. That's what gives
Mhm.
it a certain taste.
Yeah. So let me ask you, man. You got a testimony you would like to share with us?
Elaborate. Can you elaborate on that? Like,
Like, what is something that happened in your life, and like again, you ain't had no control of it, but something happened in your life, and you was like, bro, they saved my life. That wasn't nothing but God. That wasn't nothing but God, bro.
yeah, yeah. Man, this is a hard one because actually, it's kind of personal, but man, a few years ago, I had about 3 years ago, I moved back to Illinois from Florida. I lived in Jacksonville, Florida for a couple years. And me and the mother of my children, we called it quits. Finally called it quits, and I came back up here. But when I came back up here, I was put through a lot of BS involving my kids, like being cut off from talking to them. If I talked about things on the phone with my kids, I wouldn't be able to talk to them for months on
Mm,
end. Not knowing how they're doing, what's going on in their life, nothing like that. So I started drinking real bad. Started
mm-hmm.
drinking real bad, man, and to the point I didn't want to live no more. I was tired. If I couldn't be with my kids or even have this much of a relationship with my kids, I felt like there was no reason to live.
Mm,
Because that was what they were what I was living for. They're the ones that I'm breathing for. So I got to go hard for them. So
mm-hmm.
it crushed me, man, and I got real drunk one night, and I took a butcher knife to my throat, man, and slit my throat.
Mm,
And, I got airlifted to St. Louis to Barnes and Jewish. I lost so much blood, I had to get a blood transfusion. It was rough, man. I woke up in ICU like 2 days later. I had tubes in me, bro. It was crazy, staples and stitches. It was crazy, man. Yeah. So yeah, it was, but what it did, it opened my eyes to a lot of things, because after that, now it wasn't a cold turkey process, and I'm still working on it, what I'm saying, because I'm an addict, I'm an alcoholic, so, but I did dramatically slow down on the drinking, because I feel like, things were rough, but if I wasn't drinking and then also had them negative thoughts in my head, that would have never happened. And now I walk around, dude, like, well, the sun's going down, so you can't really see it. But, now I got to walk around and with this on my neck, and people asking me questions. And, sometimes it fucks with my self-esteem.
mm.
But,
Yeah.
but I promised myself after that, and, just all the people that I hurt, that were, really hurt by it. I didn't want them feeling like that again. So I promised myself, no matter what I go through, no matter how hard things get, I'd never attempt to do that again.
Mm, mm. Yeah. I
I'm just
mean,
gonna roll with the punches, that's, instead of, yeah,
yeah, yeah. That was deep. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's deep, man. You know, I heard a story about a couple stories, but I heard a story, and that kind of triggered me. A dude, he thought his life was really messed up, right? And he ate the gun. He
right, yeah,
boom. You know what I'm saying? But then he woke up in a hospital. So he thought his life was bad, but then he woke up and had to relearn to move his hands and do everything. So you thought your life was bad until it was bad again, but you was trying to live though. So sometimes we go through certain things in life and it make us want to live and live for others. You know what I'm saying? Because like you say, when you your actions hurt other people.
it's true.
You know what I'm saying? When you see them hurt, you're like, damn.
Yep.
You know
And
what I'm saying? Yeah.
the hardest part is it, man. When I was, thinking of these things, I wasn't thinking about who I was gonna hurt, or, because in my mind, I'm thinking nobody cares. I'm all I got. I ain't got my kids no more. I'm being, got all these mind games being played with me about my kids. I didn't think there was anybody out there that really gave a fuck. You know,
Yeah.
and well, there was, and the fact that I had to do all that or go through that to realize it was pretty messed up. And I thought about that too, because I'm like, man, especially my Aunt Janet, man, because she had to see it firsthand,
Mm,
and she an older woman, she ain't, but I wasn't thinking about that. I was being selfish and only thinking about me.
mm. Yeah, that's great. Hey man, who gave you some of the best advice?
some of the best advice. I got two people in my life that every word that they tell me or the things that they try, it means a lot to me. As of right now, so my cousin Dave, man, that guy's always, had my back no matter what I've done, it right or wrong. He always was there to, to lift me up. Because I'm a complicated person.
Mm-hmm.
And he's always, because he's a guy like me, thinks logically, and he knows what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I might have made some mistakes, but I'm a good guy. I got a good heart. I care a lot about people, and I'm always there to help, even when I'm at my lowest. And he reminds me a lot of me, just the older version of me. And it's like my older self teaching me wisdom that I can, it's like, and we've always been, man, since I met him, because he's not my blood, but he's more than blood to me,
Yeah.
And the second person would be my old lady, man, because she introduced me to a different lifestyle, got me into doing things that I'd never thought I'd do, and is always pushing me and always, behind me 100%. She's a good woman. And, even when, I'm at my lowest, and she always finds a way to bring me out of it. And she ain't, a lot of people in my life, gave up, even when I could still be, I still had time to change. They just gave up. And, I'm going on 2 years with her. Ain't as long as your relationship, but I want it to be that long with her,
Just one day at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get there. You know what I'm saying? So, oh yeah, again, man, for the people out here that's listening and watching, and if they want some instrumentals or some beats or some music from you, man, again, what you tell the people where they can find you at?
So you can find me on Facebook at Kutty Cash. You can find me on Instagram at Kutty Cash on the track. You can find me on YouTube at Kutty Cash, and TikTok at Kutty Cash on the track, and SoundCloud at Kutty Cash on the track.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna break the ice, man. I'm gonna go ahead and ask you a question, man. We're gonna break the ice, man. We're gonna.
Yes,
hey, if you clean a vacuum cleaner, do that make you a vacuum cleaner?
Yes, indeed it does.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed it does.
Yeah. Hey.
Maintenance man, so yes, I feel like it does. I am now the vacuum cleaner.
Yeah. Are you a maintenance man? What you be maintenance at? What you do?
McDonald's. I'm a maintenance man at McDonald's, and around my area. I ain't gonna get my location.
Yeah.
And man, I just maintain the equipment. I make sure, the employees got clean rags to sanitize their stations. I clean the fryers. I clean the fry boxes. I take out the trash. I do a lot of stuff. There's so many to name. And every day it's a new task too. I'll be asked to do, which makes it fun.
Okay. Well, man, I appreciate that, man. A lot of people, they have negative outlooks about working at McDonald's, but you'll see them in the drive-through.
Yeah, it's true, man. And then I never got that, bro. Like if you got so much bad to say about this place, why are you here? It's like you're intentionally here just to complain. You can very well go home or go to a different restaurant, but you came here just to complain, and it'd be the smallest things, and it's crazy. But I love McDonald's. It's a decent job. It pays me well and it treats me good.
Yeah. Hey, are you satisfied with the time you spend with your family?
Yeah, I am. Now, like I said, man, I got an extended family, man. So I got 3 biological kids, and I got 5 stepchildren.
Okay, that's
yeah.
What's up. Hey,
I would love to spend more time with my biological kids, all of them, not just because I did just have my oldest son up here, but he went back to Florida with his mom. You
Okay.
know, but yeah, I love spending time with my extended family too. They're great, a little stressful, but
Hmm.
they're great, and I enjoy it.
Hmm. Hey, on that, how many people know that you love them?
Everybody except the people that are unsure if they love themselves.
Mm,
Because I'm very, like I said, I got a good heart, and I let people know. As much as I'm an asshole too, or they might think that I'm being mean, man, I let them know, I really care about you, man. I love you. I got a lot of love for you. I'll take a bullet for you. And there's a lot of people. I love just everybody that comes in contact with me, they know.
okay. Hey, how is you making this world a better place?
I'm not,
You not?
I'm just living one day at a time, man.
Man.
I mean, that's just my perception. It's not,
No, I beg the difference because you cleaning at McDonald's, and a
all
lot of people say, McDonald's a dirty place, and you like, no, I clean it. I make sure they got clean. So you is
right.
making it a
Okay,
better
okay. I
place.
didn't look at it like that. I thought you meant in like a Gandhi way. You
Yeah,
know,
like
like
no, I
I
mean,
was this big, but um,
hey, I mean, just imagine if you don't come to work that one day,
I've had that happen.
and you see how it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't want to do your job.
Yeah, it's true.
So guess what? Somebody be getting dirty food.
When I came back to McDonald's after like being gone for like 10 months, there were so many people was happy because I was back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, because it feel good to make people feel good. Yeah. So let me ask you this: we already at an hour already, man. If we was on a stranded island and you get to pick three albums, what would your albums be?
Um, it's got 3-6 Mafia, When the Smoke Clears, 66-61.
Mm-hmm.
3-6 Mafia, The Unbreakables,
Okay.
and I'd have to, man, this is off the wall, but bro, Metallica, the Black Album,
Okay.
that'd definitely be my third one.
Okay. 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 So you'll be on the stranded island getting turned up.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna be
All right.
bored. No, I got too much time. I'm definitely gonna be turned up.
All right. So I'm gonna ask you this. This is a deep question right here, man. If you was on a, if you had 30 minutes and you had an interview, but you can only ask one question in an interview, it's with God. What's the question you'll ask him?
That is a deep one. Uh, I'd have to ask him, man, why is life gotta be so hard sometimes? You know, why is there so much? And when I say hard, that expands in a whole universe, because it's like from everything that's going on bad in the world, from the closest people that you care about dying, people that you don't even know, that go, why does life have, like, why do we experience so much hurt? Why? That's that's the only question, because I need the answer for that.
Yeah, I mean, I can take an answer for that.
No, I don't think so, man. You can give me
I
your
mean,
perception of the answer, but
yeah, from my answer, you know what I'm saying? I
hey,
mean, and I came up to this conclusion that bad things happen for us to shift our mind in a better way.
but why just so much randomly to random people, and then people that just
Yeah,
I
like I
understand
mean,
the thought process, but I just man,
yeah, I mean, yeah, that's deep. You're like, man, why so much bad stuff? But it's like if you think about it,
it's like the bad outweighs the good all the time.
but that's your perception. That's how you look at it, right?
It's true.
But out of every bad thing, like you say, I try to off myself.
Right.
But then look at all the good things that came behind it when you survived it. You got your kids in your life, and you got your girl. You doing, you know what I'm saying? You've been around making people happy, and they make you happy. And they could have just ended right there.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So, all right. So now, the same 30 minutes, and you get the. He gonna ask you one question, and how would you respond to it? And his question is, how did you like it in heaven?
How did I?
Yes.
Um, I ain't been there yet. I, how did I like
Okay.
it in heaven?
Okay. Okay. Listen. Hear me out. It's God.
Right,
Somebody told us heaven is up there and hell
right.
is down there. He asked you, how did you like it in heaven? So obviously we in heaven.
It could have been, man. This ain't the heaven that I was promised or that I was told that it was like.
Okay. That's what you was told, right? So
Yeah,
I'm gonna ask you this question. You can believe on what you want to believe. I'm gonna ask you this question. Why do you believe what you believe?
because I've seen it, I've heard it, I've felt it, I've witnessed it, I've lived it, and that's my reality. It's that's you know.
All right. So check this out. Would you like to say the way you think, good or bad, is heaven and hell? If you think, because think about it, as a kid, right? Before a kid know about people dying, just take a 1 year, 2 years old, right? They joyful, bro.
It's true.
They in heaven. They
Yeah,
not thinking about. They not thinking,
comes into play.
huh?
I feel like until their conscience comes into play.
They conscious. It's
Well, yeah,
they,
but they can't distinct. You're talking about a small children that can't even distinct the difference between right and wrong yet.
they know not to stick their damn finger in that socket.
I don't think they know until they actually do it. Then they realize, oh, that's not such a good idea, and
That's
then they
right.
learn from that,
Yeah,
not to do it again.
not to do it again. But how many times we did something and we said that shit was bogus and we did it again?
That's true, man. You contradicted me here now.
You see what I'm saying? So I think it's a mindset. I think that's why I say you can believe what you want to believe, but I think that hell is all in the mind. We how we think, oh man, he don't like me, or this person don't like what I'm wearing, or they looking at me
Right.
funny. That's the devil playing. That's your like. Remember what you said? You
That's
said,
true.
man, the things that was going through in my head. That's why I want to take my life.
Right.
That's the devil playing games on you. So
Yeah.
that's hell right there in your mind. But then when you change your mindset, you like, man, I'm happy.
Right.
How the hell you got the same mind and all of a sudden you happy when you used to feel sad? You know you can be happy in 1 second, and the next second you can be mad and crying.
Yeah. It's called bipolar disorder.
You feel me? You feel me?
Yeah. That's me all day, every day, bro.
Yeah. So I think I say, man, listen to, watch more positive things, and that's a weird thing. You know what I'm saying? But the more negative things,
No, that's facts though. You right about that, man. Because like it don't matter if it's on TV or in your phone or even out in public with people. The things that especially but the internet though, man. Everything is like all I notice on there is negative stuff, negative disasters over here. you
so
know, a school shooting over here. The police done killed this innocent guy over here. And that's all I ever see. I never see the good stuff that happens
so
to
so
people.
guess what? If you don't watch the TV, if you don't watch that negative stuff, how you think your life would be? You in your mind, how you think your mind would be? I ain't gonna say your life. How you think your mind would be?
Man, I think a lot less.
You wouldn't be paranoid. That's right. You wouldn't be poisoned. You wouldn't be paranoid. You
Yeah,
would be scared. Man, I watched the news. I lived in Georgia. I was gonna tell you the story. I lived in Georgia, Man, they was stealing ambulance. They was breaking in people's houses, home invasion. They were doing all much. I said, damn, I was scared to go outside. I said, God damn, I come out here to change my life around and they
Right.
doing the most. But when I come outside, that's not my reality. I don't see that.
Right.
I'm like, damn, I'm watching something on TV and it's putting fear in me. But when I go outside, I don't see that stuff.
Right.
So
Yeah.
fear is nothing but the unknown.
Right.
Fear is what you can't understand. That's all fear is. It's
No,
something that you can't understand.
Yep.
Yeah. And we got to be careful, like who be teaching us stuff because I know I'm gonna let you go after this, but I was just thinking because you outside and what color is the sky?
It's like what I'm told, it's a sky blue, and that's only because what I've been told.
So what you think? What you think it is?
That's a good one, man. I sky blue.
Because that's what you've been told. See, you had how you just and now watch this though.
No, I think the sky is white though, and it's only blue because it's like some kind of reflection or something.
But that's what you believe. Have you been on the airplane?
Yeah, yeah. It ain't that color when you're up there.
It's clear.
Yeah, yeah.
Just like what color is water?
Clear.
So why we say it's blue?
No, that's true. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I like
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's what we've been told. Like, and the real eye color, like, bro, all this stuff is, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what they've been telling us, man.
Right.
But
No,
when
there's a lot of things that I used to, not with the sky or anything, but more of personal things that I was told as a kid, and as I got older, I realized that, even though they tried to teach, and sometimes some things I believe, but as I got older and I witnessed things myself, I knew that I was being told a lie this whole time, until I actually, because I was being told this. And, I believed most of the people that were telling me these things. I had no other reason not to believe them till I got older and I seen things for myself, started reading things for myself. And paying attention, a little more attention, then I realized a lot of them things, man, it was programmed.
That's right. That's
you know.
So yeah. So I'm gonna ask you this question, man, because you just put me on something. In the last 90 days, how many books or audio books you checked out?
One, and it was a slightly, just reading through it a little bit. And it's this book that I've had for a while. I actually used to own the same book when I was younger, and it's called What Islam is All About.
Mm. Yeah. So what Islam all about? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Islam. Man. I thought you said you was a Christian. I don't know. Maybe it's somebody
No,
else.
no, bro. Actually, man, I'm more.
Who was I talking to? Oh, you do it at work. My bad. Oh yeah, my bad.
I when I was younger, I was in, I was made to go to church. Not that I wanted to, it's just what I was told to do, and I was, as I got, older, I really faded away from religion, and then I got to this group home in Assumption, Illinois, Kimmer Village, and, I met a kid there. He identified as a Black Stone, and he was into Islam. And so he sort of introduced it to me. Now, it wasn't the gang banging part of that, that got me into it. It was the philosophy and all that, and just the things that he taught about, and he let me read, and I sort of got into it. And I did that for, practice, for like 6 years. And then I just got more spiritual than religion, because then I started feeling like all this was made up to control me, and not just Islam. The Christianity, every religion. And I felt like that. And I feel like there's a higher power. There's somebody bigger out there than me. that I can't, that controls everything that happens in my life. I'm not going to put a name or a face on it, you know, and I just sort of got into that realm. But I do, still read a little bit, and it's just, I don't know, just more for, I wouldn't say religious purposes. It's just, that was a part of my life, heavy at one point, and it's just something that I read on from, every now and then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So, who would you like to see on the future Fammission Podcast?
Man, I got um, a buddy of mine, man. His name's Arlandis McKnight. He's from Peoria, and man, he loves music. He's good at it, and he's a really interesting guy, and a really good guy. And man, I'd love to see you connect with him and get him on your podcast.
Okay.
And I'm
What's
not
his
just
name?
saying that because he's a friend of mine. What'd you say?
What's his name again?
His name's Arlandis McKnight.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look him up. Let's see. I'm trying to find him.
He's making a little noise in Peoria too. You know what I'm saying? And that, yeah,
What's his rap name?
Arlandis McKnight.
Okay. Okay.
Yep, he ain't got one of them alter ego personas. He just goes by his name, and
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, man. So, man, I appreciate you coming on the Fammission Podcast, man. We already chopped it up for 1 hour and 16 minutes. You know what
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying? So, it was a pleasure talking to you, man.
too, man. I appreciate the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? It was my first time, and man, I enjoyed it too, man. You got me with some of your questions, but I like that, because it's like an exercise for my brain, and it gets me to think about some things that I never, took into consideration or even, thought about. So I appreciate that too, because man, I love soaking in knowledge, man. And if I could learn something from you and it actually makes sense to me, then I'm all ears, bro.
Yeah, man. I like
Especially if
that.
it can help me out in my life. If it's not any valuable information, then I sort of just ignore it. But I appreciate that because it really made me think about a lot of things.
Yeah, man.
Now I'm gonna go to bed tonight talking about, man, the sky is clear, bro. Like it's white up there. It's not blue.
Yeah, yeah. And then you said, it's a higher power. I'm gonna give you this one, man. We are the higher power, right? Like you said, I know somebody bigger than me. Man, we all connected. We all connected. We all creators, bro. All it had to take for somebody not to come to work at the hospital and probably wouldn't have saved your life.
That's facts.
Or somebody that couldn't read a damn GPS and took the wrong turn. Like
Yeah,
we all connected, bro.
that's true.
We all connected.
No, I
You
feel
know?
like we all, I feel like humans and even animals.
Yeah.
We've been coinciding for thousands of years together, and I feel like, yeah, we do have that spiritual connection to each other.
Yeah.
I also feel though, man, you ever had somebody ask you, who put us here? Why are we here? That's where I say I feel there's something out there bigger than us that our conscience can't even comprehend,
No.
and
No. You can't.
and that's but I don't want to push it. I'm not ready to find that out yet.
Yeah. But you said something about animals and you made me think about something. You know why God stopped animals from talking?
No.
Because love and action. That's how you can tell by the love and loyalty, by actions.
Right.
And you can tell if your dog love you or not.
Well,
If
yeah,
he
that's that.
if he bites you, he obviously don't mess with you.
Yep.
But he licking all on you and
Yep.
that's showing love. Like that's
That's,
from his
that's not,
actions.
yep.
He don't have to tell you that.
It's true.
You ain't hear that come from his mouth. So that's why you can't really believe what people say, but you can tell by the actions.
Yep. That's true.
So yeah, that's just like, you know what I'm saying. That's why animals, like, you can tell if they love you or
Yeah.
not. You know what I'm saying, by their actions. Yeah.
Yeah, man, I've had some experiences with animals to where I felt like I knew them on a like in a different time realm or something, like they just it was there, and I was like, man, yo, do I it was crazy. I've
Yeah.
had that quite a few times.
Yeah. That's the energy. That's the energy
Right,
transfer. That's somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And they can't talk to you, but they understand. You know what I'm saying? A dog can't speak, but he understand.
right, that's true.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna give you another puzzle question, man. It's gonna be fun. I call this putting the medicine in the dog food. You know what I'm saying? I like this one. But if you were stranded on a desert island and you had only uh, you can choose by these three things. You can have one of them though. You can have one TV show, one video game, or one piece of jewelry. Now you're on a stranded island. Which one would you choose?
The piece of jewelry, because I know it's not because it's a materialistic value. It's what the hell am I going on a stranded island? First of all, I ain't gonna be able to play no video game. Second of all, I ain't gonna be able to watch TV. So I'm gonna make the best with that piece of jewelry, man. I can turn it into some fishing line or something, depending on how the jewelry's made. I don't know, but I'm taking the jewelry.
Yeah, that's right. Take the piece of jewelry, because if somebody pull up on the boat,
There
and
you go too.
you can say, man, I give you this,
Yep.
and they get me back home.
Yep. True.
You can't say I give you this video game. I
Right.
let you watch my TV show.
Right. Not
You know what
bad.
I'm saying? So yeah, we gotta, you know what I'm saying. I can, yeah, for a piece of jewelry, yeah,
Yeah, it's true. Yep.
because back in the days before all the money, that's how we used to do.
Yeah,
currency,
bartering,
you know what I'm
man.
saying?
The
Yeah,
barter system. Yeah.
yeah, yep.
I kind of wish, man. Well, no, let me not wish that, because it was probably rough. But
Yeah, man. So yeah, man, it was fun, man, having you on the podcast, man. I appreciate you, man. I'm gonna let you go ahead and get back to your family.
yes,
You know what
sir.
I'm saying? We on the mission. Family on the mission.
I
You know what
appreciate
I'm
you,
saying?
man. Not, man. I appreciate you using the podcast intro I made you, man. It
Yeah.
sounds nice.
Yeah, yes, indeed, man. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
All
Appreciate
right,
it.
man. All right, much love, bro. All
Yes, sir.
right, one.
Come on.
Mm-hmm. Cash, boy. Yeah, it's your boy Monty G. I'm from the Fammission Podcast, man. And if y'all missed the show, you already know. Take it back to YouTube. You can watch it. And if you want to be on the show, man, hit us up on the Fammission Podcast. Just send us a little DM, and we're gonna get you on this thing. If you got a story to share, I love to hear it and politic with you. You know what I'm saying? But
Next week.
huh?
Next week.
Next week, who we got next week?
We got Jason.
Oh, we got Jason next week, and he's gonna be talking that talk. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna bring the hood out, man. So y'all stay tuned next week. What is that? Next Friday? What? The 30th?
25th.
The 25th? Yeah. So next Friday, the 25th, man, we're gonna have Jason on the podcast, and he's gonna be bringing the hood out. So, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and make sure y'all share this video, man, so more people can check it out. But I'll see y'all next week, man. It's your boy Monty G, and I'm out. Peace.
We on the mission, family on the mission. We on the mission, family on the mission. We on the mission, family on the mission. We on the mission, family on the mission.